Matt bum-ass Gay. I don't know why we kept him around this damn long. He can't make no kicks above 50 damn yards. He sucks!
Shout out to Juan Gotti Talking Sports. You know what it is.
Shout out Juan Gotti Talking Sports.
I love the way she move it, shake it on me. When she cry for him, and shawty is the winner. You can tell that shawty's no beginner. She's confident.
Before we get any further into today's video, I want to give a huge shout out to today's sponsor, SeatGeek. If you're trying to go to a game, concert, or any live event, SeatGeek is the place to go. I actually got my tickets for week 1 against the New York Giants using SeatGeek, and honestly, I use it for all my event purchases. What I love about SeatGeek is how simple it is to find the best deals. They rate every seat on a scale from green to red. Green means you're getting a great deal, red means it's a little overpriced. That way you know you're buying with confidence and getting your money's worth. Plus, they even offer protection ticket plans so you don't have to worry about your tickets getting lost or stolen. And the best part about it all is they're hooking y'all up with the code. Use Juan Gotti at checkout and you'll get 10% off your first purchase. Again, use code Juan Gotti at checkout to get 10% off your first purchase. Well, you could have done this back in August. Let's talk about it. So what's up, y'all? It's your man Juan Gotti here. So the Washington Commanders released bum-ass kicker Matt Gay. And if I sound irritated or like a asshole in this video, I'm sorry. But that's how I feel at this current moment, because I'm not going to give this regime no points for finally doing what they should have done a long time ago. I want you to stay to the end of this video because I'm going to get to some of your calls as well in regards to the game yesterday. But Matt Gay got released today, as he should have. And yesterday, for I guess the coaching staff at least, it was the straw that broke the camel's back after missing a 51-yard attempt and then the ultimate potential game-winning kick as well. They finally said that it was enough. You know, again, me being real and being honest, I was over him in August when he was missing in the preseason, when he was missing at camp. I said, I don't want Matt Gay. I want some competition. I need a new kicker. I've said it months ago and earlier into the season when we were on the Burgundy Breakdown. Get rid of him. He's trash. He's not good. And because they paid him this much money, this massive amount of money, they wanted to continue to keep him and continue to allow him to not necessarily just lose us games, but not help us win. Because he would miss a field goal, miss a field goal, miss a field goal, multiple games. And he just wasn't good. And I was over him a long time before this coaching staff was over him. You know, a thing that I kind of rubbed me the wrong way about this regime thus far is the lack of being able to find a kicker. The lack of being able to just wash your hands clean with this specific kicker because you paid him this much money. Again, you traded for K. York. It didn't take you but a week to realize this guy ain't it. So for whatever reason, they decided to keep on to him. And I'm going to be just transparent. Although I'm saying he should have been released, at this point of the season, does it matter? I wanted him gone when there was still a competitive opportunity for this season to be turned around, for us to do something. The season is done. The season is over. And at this point, if you really want to secure a high draft pick, he was your best choice to keep around because you know damn well he wasn't going to make any kicks or win you any games. He was going to, in fact, help you probably better your draft position. Now, I don't know who you have out there that you can go get. At this point, it doesn't matter. I know my guy Ed Oliver endorses the kicker from the DC Defenders. Maybe that's something they look into in the offseason. I know someone threw out Justin Tucker's name. I don't know if Justin Tucker is somebody that you're interested in or if, in fact, he's able to even play again next year. Again, I'm worried about next year. I don't really care too much about the rest of this season. This season's up in smoke. I think they waited too late to make this move because, again, it doesn't matter. If you wanted to get me riled up and get me excited and get me ecstatic and
all this about this movie. Should have done this a month ago. Should have done this 2 months ago. Should have done this 3 months ago. Should have done it in August. But after we're 3-8, what point? This just feels like a scapegoat move at this point. And again, I'm not even mad at Matt Gay for missing those kicks yesterday. I said it on the post-game show live. I said, bro, listen, nobody expected him to make those kicks. Not one. I knew he was going to miss both of those kicks. This man is not even automatic from inside 50. So 48 he struggles. 47, he's not automatic inside 50. So what makes you think he's going to be automatic or good to go outside of 50? You know what I'm saying? And again, shout out to Ed Oliver. I watched his video. He said, man, in this day and age, which is true, he hit it right on the head. In this day and age, 50, 51 is a chip shot. That's a chip shot. That's no longer a crazy distance, a distance that's like, oh my God, like if he makes this, he's just one of the best in the air. No, kickers are hitting that with ease. Brandon Aubrey, Cam Little, Harrison Buckner, Daniel Carlson. These phenom, Tyler Luke, rookie comes in. You know? Like it's kickers around this league that is kicking 51 in their sleep. And we're struggling to find a kicker that can even make a 50. So I'm not mad at him for how his exit happened in Washington. Because again, you shouldn't even have been in that predicament in the first place. But again, you shouldn't even have still been here up until that point to allow you to have missed them 2 field goals yesterday. Again, I didn't expect him to make that 51-yarder. I damn sure knew he was going to miss the game-winning one. And especially even, not just because it was a far distance. That on top of it, the operation looked rush. And he's just trash. So, I knew he wasn't going to be no good yesterday. But I almost called him Ron Rivera. Goodness gracious. Dan Quinn and this organization finally said, oh, you know what? Yeah, we got to wipe our hands clean, man. It's time to move on. Well, damn it, you waited till the season was over. You should have did this when it mattered, when the fan base cared. Fan base don't care. Fan base checked out. Fan base is looking into the draft. I've been saying this since we had Dustin Hopkins with Jay Gruden. Since I've been a kid, before my balls even dropped. Before my voice got deep. I said, bring in competition for Dustin Hopkins. That, if I was a coach, that would be my mantra every single year. Is competition at the kicking position. I don't care if I have no intentions on moving on from my kicker whatsoever. Regardless of the fact if my kicker is one of the best in the league, bring in competition. Why? Because for one, we know specialist camp is the softest of them all. They don't go through shit in camp. They just show up and kick. That's for one. But also, it makes them compete. It makes them have to earn their spot. It makes them have to actually work, sharpen their tools, and get ready for the season. When you're able to just go through camp with no competition, no repercussions, no consequences if you're missing, that's when you get laxed. You know? So I've always preached year in and year out. Competition at the kick position. Competition at the kick position. Even if you're my kicker, and I know you're going to be my kicker, bring in somebody to give them an opportunity to play in the preseason, to push our kicker, make them compete and stuff like that. I love that. That's how you get the best out of these kickers. Also, we need to draft a kicker. I've been screaming draft a kicker since Ron Rivera. Since Double R, I've been saying draft a kicker. And we're always trying to find ways to scheme and be cheap. You remember what was his name? Ahmad Ramirez or something like that? Ramirez Ahmad from the UFL. Zane Gonzalez, Austin Cyber, Chris Blewett. Like, we've been through shits at the kicker position, literally. And at this point, I think Zane Gonzalez, in fact, did he not just hit a game-tying kick, I think, for the Falcons yesterday? They ultimately went on to lose that game. But I think it was for the Falcons or somebody. Zane Gonzalez just hit a game-tying kick for. It wasn't pretty, of course. Like, Zane Gonzalez, the one thing you can say about Zane is he gets it done. It's not pretty. Like, he got the game-winning wild card playoff kick last year versus the Bucks. It wasn't pretty, but it went in. Yesterday, he got a game-time kick. It wasn't pretty, but it went in. So, I mean, you can laugh about Zane Gonzalez, OCD this, playing with his head at, but at least he better than, bruh. At least he better than, this dude, Matt Gay, because he's some shit. But that's the news for today. Let's get to your calls and we'll get out of here, man. Matt Gay is out of here. I mean, it's whatever. Again, if you wanted me to be excited, be ecstatic, you should have done this months ago. But here's the calls after yesterday's game. Let's get to them. 240-804-7327 if you want to call into the show after the Washington Commanders' next game, which is after the Broncos game after the bye week. So let's hear what she got to say.
Man, what's good, Juan Gotti? This is my predictions of the game that I just watched. One, let's start off with Marcus Mariota. I'm not really mad at Marcus Mariota. He played a pretty solid game to that interception. So I'm not mad about him. The defense, we actually made some stops. About damn time. See, this shows you how bad Joe Witt was. And third, and last but not least, Matt Bum-ass Gay. I don't know why we kept him around this damn long. He can't make no case above 50 damn yards. He sucks. He's garbage. I'm trying so hard not to cuss, but at the same time, it's like, this team is frustrating the hell out of me. Like, come on. I watched this game early in the morning. I could have done something better. But like I said, Matt fucking Gay, he sucks. He's garbage. He's awful. You can kick better than that. He's garbage. We need to cut him now. Now. We need a new kicker. Please. He's garbage. He sucks. He sucks. Anyway, that's it. Bye.
Well, you got your wish, my guy. He's gone. He sucks. You're damn right about that. I probably can kick better than him, and I've never kicked a field goal a day in my life. Joe Witt Jr., as we know, was really bad as a play caller this year, and Dan Quinn came in and he showed us some things that we didn't see all year long, but we in fact were clamoring for since the beginning of time. And it's crazy how, again, I said on the post-game show, people like us that are fans that don't get paid for this, that don't coach football, but we can see the simplest shit works, and our defensive coordinator doesn't. Like a cornerback blitz, we got honed onto it because Jonathan Jones came in on a quarterback blitz. That worked. We got pressure on Tua at times. You know what I mean? And Jordan McGee was on the field. So, again, it's frustrating that it took so long for us to make certain adjustments like that. But at the same time, again, it is what it is. And I'm kind of to the point where I'm like, maybe this is a blessing in disguise for us, okay? Maybe one off and getting the top 5 pick is what we needed to really ascend forward. You know what I mean? Because, again, we didn't have no draft picks really. Now we have an opportunity to recuperate some draft capital and even move back or stay put and draft a blue chip game changer player, man. Like, that's where my mindset's at now. But thank you for the call.
Hey, Juan, this is Commander Lorian here.
Hey.
And, yeah, I think that we just got to keep going with what we got because it's too broken right now. But I do agree that Dan Quinn just needs to own the defense going forward, period. As long as he's head coach here. He's a defensive coach, and you could tell, even with the same players that's deficient in talent, how much better they looked, how much better they played, how much more competitive they were, how much more energy they had. And that means that they're just more connected with his philosophy versus Joe Witt's, which was ass. And as we're kind of thinking about the rest of the season, you know, I don't think we have to do much. I don't think we have to do anything other than what we're doing now, and we're just not going to win. Just because, to be honest with you, Cliff Kingsbury isn't any much better. His play calling and his offense, I think, ultimately is just figured out. Baden didn't look good this year. Nothing compared to what he looked like last year. We're not able to move the ball. The only one that's really doing much on offense outside of Jaden who's just pressing and trying to carry everybody is Debo.
Mm-hmm.
And that's because Debo's a superstar. He is a blue chip player, and we don't have enough of those. So I think for 2026, we're probably going to end up having a pretty high draft pick. And I think Cliff needs to get one or two things, either a game change. Either way, it needs to be a game changer. So it's either got to be a game-changing wide receiver, because we don't need Terry being the wide receiver one anymore. He's too old. He's not our future anymore. He's done what he's going to do. And I'd much rather see Debo as wide receiver 2, Terry as ultimately wide receiver 3, and then get a stud in there. If there is a game changer available at a high draft pick. And then if there's not a game-changing wide receiver, obviously a game-changing defensive player, hopefully a defensive end. But we need a game changer. We need another blue chip player on our team, because right now we only really have 3. And that would be 85, Laramie Tunsil, and Debo. And that's pretty much it. Everybody else is over the hill or just mid. On both sides of the ball, and don't even get me started. We really don't even have a kicker, so we need to get that fixed too. Shoot, we can go get the DC Defenders kicker. Well, I care. Can't be any worse than Matt Gay. But yeah, I look forward to seeing you your show tomorrow. Bye.
Hey, that was a great call right there. My guy Commander DeLorean has been commenting and watching for years now. And you don't know what that call meant to me, man. To finally put a voice to a long-time viewer is cool. That's the first time I ever heard you speak. And, man, thank you for the support over the years. But you talked about it. You said what you said. And I tend to agree with a lot of that you said there. Quickly first start by saying, Dan Quinn, yes, he needs to call a defense moving forward. Again, was it perfect? No, but what you can say yesterday ultimately is we did not get beat because things were just open. We got beat because they were just more talented than us, right? Devin A-Chain was abusing the boundaries, the outside runs, and just killing us, gashing us on the perimeter. Well, you had Preston Smith, you had Von Miller over there. What you expect, right? He's just faster than everybody. Jalen Waddle getting open, well, he's just better than all of our DBs, right? Like, the defense responded much better, getting four down stops, and Javon Kinlaw blowing up a play, Frankie Louisville blowing up a play, Bobby Wagner, like, the energy on the sideline, getting hyped up after a defensive stop. Like, Dan Quinn, that's what he does. And I hope he understands that is what he needs to do moving forward, going into the future. That's what a lot of these head coaches do anyway nowadays. They call their own plays on the specific side of the ball that they are good at. Sean McVay, offensively, right, is one of the best that we know that calls the offensive side of the ball. Kyle Shanahan, another guy, right? Mike McDaniel. And I don't think Mike McDaniel is the reason why Miami is where they're at, honestly. I think if you get Mike McDaniel as an offensive coordinator somewhere else, or even just give him a better quarterback, I think he can make things happen. Point is, you look at Mike McDonald for Seattle defensively. He calls his own plays. Like, that's what you need to do. Dan Campbell now calls his own plays. He needs to do that. Because, again, as you mentioned, the team responded much better to him. And he clearly knows what to do more than Joe Witt. So I'm excited for him to do that at the 2026 campaign. I'm still not out on Cliff completely. I still think there's some things that Cliff can do better in terms of, running the ball better, getting the ball in the hands of playmakers better. But again, I don't want to just completely judge him because, again, similar to just the players losing everybody, he lost all of his talent. Like, defensively, yes, we got banged up on the edge a lot this year. But no other coach suffered what Cliff has suffered. No quarterback, no star receiver. So many injuries. Austin Eckler out. Like, so I'll give him the benefit of the doubt this year. He has to be better for sure. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And I'm with you. I think we do need to draft a blue chip player. I think Terry McLaurin is a wide receiver too. I think he would be a damn good wide receiver too. If we can pair him up with a young phenom wide receiver, man, like an Emeka Buka and Mike Evans situation, I think Terry McLaurin would be a damn good number 2 in this league. And then you bring back Deebo Samuel if he wants to come back. And then we can run this back and actually have it how it was supposed to be this year. And last but not least, that I want to address that you talked about was obviously Matt Gay. He's gone. Thank the Lord, because he was absolutely trash. So shout out to you, my guy. It was great hearing from you for the first time. ever. That's cool.
What's up, Juan? As you can see, or rather hear, I'm not really that upset because you know what? It is what it is. The season's over. We all knew that a month ago when we lost every single game in October, but that's water under the bridge now. I will say, though, we definitely could have won this game. We definitely could have. We had multiple opportunities, you know. If Matt Gay made, I don't know, just one fucking field goal, that's one. That's a starter. Let's see. If Zach Ertz didn't slip in the end zone, that's another one, you know. If Mariota didn't throw an interception in overtime, that's another one, you know. But whatever. We lost. Who cares? We're shit. We all know that. I'd say the defense a lot better than it's been the past 2 months now?
Since the season started.
Going on 2 months. Best has been in 2 months. So you know what? All the people who were saying, "Oh, we just don't have talent. We don't have talent. It's not Joe Witt's fault." It's Joe Witt's fault. It was Joe Witt's fault. It was the scheme. It was the shitty ass scheme that we've had for 2 months now. You know, whatever. It's no wonder that cornerbacks go to other teams and just play their asses off after being shit on our team. You know, it's no wonder. But yeah, I don't know, man. That game was definitely something. Battle of the shitter franchises. It's not a fun game to watch.
Wasn't at all, man.
But yeah, man, you know, I'm just looking forward to the end of the season, really. Really am. I don't see us winning another game. Maybe against the Giants. I don't know. I don't even think we're gonna win that game, to be honest. Every other game after that, nah. Or before that, nah. We're not winning those games. I don't even think we're gonna beat the Cowboys once, or the Eagles once. I don't think we're beating either of them once. Even though the Eagles' offense looks pretty bad against the Lions, but then again, it's the Lions, so that's not a surprise. But yeah, man, I say let's become the Washington tank season. Get some good draft picks, you know, trade back, whatever we got to do, and just prepare for next season. And, you know, something my dad said, he doesn't think we should sit Jaden because, you know, he needs to get reps in order to keep his ability and all that. So, you know what? Maybe have Jaden out there for some snaps, not the whole game, but just enough. And, yeah, just go from there. But, I don't know. I guess we'll just have to see. But this season is definitely over.
Yeah, man, it's over. We already knew it was over prior to that game even happening, but the fact that you lost to the Miami Dolphins in the fashion that you lost to the Miami Dolphins in such a winnable game, it just shows you where you are at as a franchise. And I'm right there with you. You know, it's at this point where we just lose to get better draft picks. But that's the thing, right? Everyone keeps saying tank, lose on purpose, we don't have to tank. We're just not good. We go out there and play our hardest and still lose. We don't have to tank. We're not a good team, so tanking isn't required here. We're just gonna lose. That's who we are at this point, and that's where we should be. I don't think Jaden should play. I get it. Everyone keeps talking about he wants reps. Reps isn't the reason why he had the season that he's had. Again, if you tell me 10 touchdowns and 2 interceptions, given the fact that what he's had to deal with this year is a sophomore slump, then you need to wash your face. And because you're tripping. Honestly, this man is not in a sophomore slump at all. Reps isn't the reason why his season is down the shitter right now. It's injuries to him. It's injuries to his surrounding parts. And we just try again next year. But they're going to put him back out there after the bye anyway, so I'm kind of just wasting my breath. But I'm right there with you for the most part, man, about everything you said. I appreciate you calling in, my guy. And hopefully next year is better for us.
Well, smoke them if you got them. Break out the Maduros or break out that chronic. Because it's time to roll it. It's time to choke it. It's time to smoke it. Because the season is horrible. Yes, sir. We can't do it no more. Champ. It's purely stamped. We done. I don't know what it is, man. It looked like Chicago pretty much marked our season. That that is pretty much like our staple game. If we're not coming in, taking care of our first NFC opponent, and then that Chicago matchup, we guarantee to go on a game slide after that. And now we can't even beat the worst team in the NFL right now. So there it is, Juan. You're doing a good job, baby. Keep it up. But we ass, we suck.
Hey man, I appreciate it, bro. Thank you so much for following. And you're right, bro. We suck. And whatever you got to do to cope, like you said, the chronic. I don't indulge in that. You know, weed, marijuana. You know, drinking. That ain't my kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? But if that's what you do to cope, you know what I'm saying? Handle your business. I'll probably just go to the gym or something. Get my mind off this team because they ain't giving us nothing good to do or talk about this year, and it's unfortunate. But hopefully, again, next year is better, which, again, I almost expected to. This just feels like a one-off. I know we're 3-8, but I will die on the hill. We're not your typical 3-8 team with no pieces, with no sense of direction. I still think we have good pieces on this team. Obviously, the most important being Jay and Daniels. And I think we have a direction. I think Dan Quinn is a damn good head coach. I think Adam Peters learned a humbling lesson this year, and we'll see if he's able to bounce back after next year or after this year ends. So I'm fine with our future, man. Right now, it just sucks that we have to get through it because this wasn't the expectation, but it is what it is. With that being said, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Matt Gay has been released. His bum ass is out of here. And also, let me know what you guys think to the callers calling in. What your reactions to what they had to say. Like, comment, subscribe, help to watch the Commanders on the road to 12,000 subscribers. It's always me, boy, Juan Gotti. I'll catch y'all later. Let each one of y'all. I'm out. Peace.
Never gave a ballin' like I'm Deshaun, throw the bomb, G. That's IG, my jersey never seen a lawn.